big hello to all our viewers. I am Sangeeta Singh, and we at AsiaOne feel great to come back with yet another episode of Web Talks. Dear friends, it has been enlightening a journey for us so far with panel discussions where we actually saw some great minds and brands joining us and enlightening us with their knowledge and thoughts. Well, as we continue our endeavor to enrich Web Talk series, we are delighted to have one on one discussions and deliberations with our Asian brands and leaders, very esteemed ones, joining us today to share his valued thoughts on his vision and mission on his industry. We are privileged to have here with us Mr. Birendra Sasmal. A little more, dear friends, before I get him on board with us. Dear friends, a renowned global leader and entrepreneur, Biren is an accomplished and result-oriented serial entrepreneur with significant and progressive experience in the diversified industries in B2B and B2C service areas. He possesses a rich experience of over 2 decades in various businesses, including IT, telecom, fintech, IoT, and digital media. He has also worked extensively in various government projects and is an undisputed master in political risk analysis, advisory, and consulting segments. Well, as an entrepreneur, Biren has been instrumental in building successful companies like Fusion Tech, ALW, and Suba, and then he did exit them for profit. He also co founded the political and media analytics company Science for Data very recently in New York, US. Well, currently, Mr. Biren is spearheading 2 IT companies, that is, Greenfitch India and AsiaOne Infotech UAE, and providing digital transformation, artificial intelligence, ML, and IoT solutions to various telecom operators, financial institutes, and federal agencies in the US, Africa, and in India. Dear friends, it's a privilege for me to now bring him here with us on Web Talks. A very warm and hearty welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I hope you are doing well.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm super excited to have you on board here on our Web Talk series. It's been amazing to have you here. And, I actually cannot wait for you to share your vision behind your organization. I mean, it's really going to be, I'm sure that everybody out there, including me, we surely will be motivated to hear about your venture into this sector. And of course, what all strategies and initiatives did you undertake to build a stronghold in this particular industry? So yes, let's get started with you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So if you could share your vision on your organization.
Yeah, so we are, kind of a technology area, first of all. We call IT technology. So our mission vision, particularly on the providing the industry to a innovative variety of tools which can enable or accelerate their businesses. So that's our one statement of vision. And our mission is to, helping customers and achieving their business goals, and also empowering our internal teams, which they are professionals, they are employer friendly, creative work, innovative work. That's our mission. And we believe on two things: one is innovations and continuous improvement.
And what actually motivated you, to venture into this sector? And what all strategies and initiatives did you actually undertake to build a very, like a strong foothold in this industry?
um, I will go a little backside so that we can understand what backgrounds and how it has been started this industry. When I was just passed out from engineering college, and then I that time IT has started in Indian industry. So we all dreaming about to joining in IT companies, and that's why I happened to be in IT industry. I first started my journey with a company called Tandem. It's a highest computing company is a very good renowned name. It's acquired by Compaq acquired by HP. It's a HP companies. So I started in technology area. That's the reason my industry I talk about IT specifically. So I when I started, I understand how to do programming. I did programming myself, and then I understand how IT projects happen, how the projects runs. So it's a sometimes it's not like a project like building a bridge or building a building, but initially we thought like that. But IT projects also the same. We need to having a kind of a blueprint and then work on that blueprint we call as a solution architect and go ahead that. So in my thought process, what I saw in industries or different industries could earn or can use of these softwares and accelerate their operations. I could see that that could be in the ERP area, that could be many other areas. So I really spent to understand this concept more than 15 years. Say that okay, now I understood how the projects works, how I technology works. Now I can utilize in this other industries specific and how we can enable them. So my thought process was come out is like, you know, in a financial sector we build a credit rating engine and which could enable to understand which company credit valuation is good or bad. That's the way I started my journey, and that's why I started my product. Then we come out in different areas like how enterprise software like ERP or some other HR systems, payroll systems, we come out and then later on those paths. So my journey in the business area start on that in credit rating, and then normally in the IT consulting area, which is typically where a customers typically finding difficult to increase their revenue or increase their production, how we can enable them to or accelerate them to achieve their goals. I started a fast a company in financial sector, which we reaching to the end mileage of the people in the rural village. In a rural village, there are initial days. I mean, I'm talking about 15 years ago or 18 years ago, 2004 or 5. That time, people in the village in India also, very few people used to have a mobile phone, and that mobile phone not like a smartphone. So we come out a solution which can do a banking on that normal mobile phone. How in India there is a concept called NRGA, which do a lot of fund disbursement in the NRGA. It's called financial inclusion, and we build the technology on the financial inclusion, how it can goes to the last mile. So that's the one kind of innovation we did, and we able to implement in across more than 100 villages in India.
Wow. That's amazing. And I
Right.
guess today, with the kind of shift that we are seeing, there's a virtual world that all of us have been completely dependent upon. It
Right.
has empowered all of us. So I guess for you, it must be, it must be a great thing around, right? 15 years you've been into it, putting your heart, putting your mind into it. And today we're seeing the scenario completely change.
Right.
So how do you see the IT sector now evolve from, back then to now? Do you think people are more susceptible to it, they are ready to adapt and it's happening very swiftly out there?
So I think before pandemic and after pandemic, I should talk about. Before pandemic, yes, people are changing gradually, and people. When I'm talking people, not IT people, not tech people. I'm talking about in general all people,
Correct.
including a farmer, including normal industries, other industries people. So they are catching up. There are new technology is a changing, always changing. Every day there is a change. Every day there is small innovations and solutions. So it was changing, but changing was not that fast
Correct.
before pandemic. and acceptability was there. It was gradually increasing. But after pandemic, scenario has changed drastically.
That's
The entire people has been understood that technology is a backbone of any industry to grow or to connect. So if you look at, everybody understand now Zoom call
yeah,
or video calls. So that's one of the biggest example we can see today. People are working remotely, and so it's all technology, because of people are able to keep their time tracking even remotely, can monitor. So I think technology is, even you talk about security, people can open their doors from sitting anywhere. And now people, everybody is trying to utilize such. You see the automation in the normal domestic area, like your house automations.
correct.
So all automation has come because of technology. So technology is changing very, very fast, and it's very progressive. So I think I have seen the shift last few years, but this year I have seen the shift much
It's a
faster than before.
paradigm shift that has happened.
Paradigm shift, yeah. Right.
True.
That's
Very
right.
true. You know, taking this thought forward, I'd like to understand from you, what are the values and principles which you have kept in mind while drafting the mission of your company? And, if you could just state your long term and short term plans for the growth of your organization.
Right. See, my value is that I always think that what I learn, I should return back. So return back to the society. That's my entire value chain. So because we all came here, we learn from here. We actually not bring ourselves from anywhere. From the childhood, we are learning, and then what we learn, we start giving back, returning back through our behaviors, through our organizations, indirectly, directly, or some people directly also do some philanthropy activities and other things. So based on this principle, I feel that where if I do work with some organizations or some partners or something, what I am learning, what I'm giving to them, even what I'm giving to the society, what kind of work I'm involving, that's direct or indirectly impacting. You can say that all entrepreneurs are giving something to the society. Yes, correct. And every individual is having a different value chain. So my value chain is, one principle is that what I am taking, I'm giving back. So I do a lot of uh, uh, different kind of social activities, and not direct social activities. What I do, like when I was in Africa, I saw that what people lacking over there, and of course food and everything, that's a big thing over there. But I also see that what I can value over there at spar my expertise. I build a small basic IT infrastructure where people can learn over there, and from the KG to secondary school students, they can come learn, and there is a library, and you can learn basic computers, and and you can learn at least basic things which we need to be know as a technology world today's days. So that's a kind of give and take. It is a social activities, CRSS activities for us. So we did like six kind of small schools we have built over there. We trained more than 6,000 kids and childrens from different parts of the countries of the remote villages of this African continent. So that's a one set of example. Second example, I think nowadays we all really encouraging innovations, but how many times we are able to do that? So one kind of innovation I think we have contributed certain countries is that waste management. So waste management is one of the area which we contribute a lot. Way is that we build a solution which could track your dustbin, and whether your dustbin is empty or full, we can track till that level, and then you can give you notifications, and how dustbin has been empty or who has taken the trash, and it is exposed or disposed till the time end of that, and what raw materials coming, we do that kind of a tracking. So that's a like a different of innovation of technology also, and also how you're contributing to
So
the.
much of micromanagement into it for romantic.
Right, that's right.
Even I just realized when you're talking about the payments that were happening to now into waste management, there's a lot of micromanagement which I think you really look into when when you're building, your and when you're
Yeah.
drafting your mission or
Right,
building something around your company is what I'm
yeah,
seeing.
right, that's right.
True, true. And in terms of your organizational goals, say for the immediately in the next 5 years, what are we looking?
Right. Yeah. So my immediate goals is that when a short-term goal, I say that we will be going towards new technology, which is a robotic and AI and ML. This is two areas we are focused on. Second, we are focusing on how we can spread our presence in Asian countries like India. We normally focused on US and Europe. My company is focused basically in Africa and UAE, but I am focusing now Indian continent. And long-term goal is that we want to focus on agriculture technology. We want to go to focused on agriculture technology in India and neighboring countries, and so that I feel that's the one area which having a long due to uh, lifting their production and productivity and yield to another level.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Moving on, I need to understand from you if you could state some of the key functional areas of your organization. I mean, what are the distinguishing features which give your brand a competitive edge?
Okay.
We have
Um,
been seen IT industry completely mushrooming up in the last 10 years, and I guess in the last 1 or 2 years it's been crazy. So how do you what's your differentiator?
our differentiator is we are very young energetic team. We have a very uh, lean team which can agile team we can say, and we do continuous improvement. Every day we are learning and improving. And second thing is that I think which is is for a smaller kind of industry. We are a, like SME sector, we are not a big sector. SME sector, we are differentiate ourselves is a product quality in terms of what deliverables we are giving. That's one. Second, our agile team structure, and you can call or we can do a lot of changes whenever is required. Third is that what we one time we serves to a customers, we are keep continuing serving them because we feel that we their pain is our pain also. How we can together grow together. So that's the third one which differentiates. Some of the projects we do in terms of like if revenue is generated by the customers, then they pay us. So that kind of
Oh,
I'm
wow,
talking about revenue sharing.
that's amazing.
Right.
Viren, you've worked in various markets. You've had companies. You've been instrumental in building companies in the US, in the UAE, in Africa. Of course, now you're concentrating into Asia, specifically India. So, how do you think India is actually a little more different in terms of the IT innovation and in terms of the IT implementation and adaptability in comparison to the other countries around or other
I think
countries around?
Yeah, I think India is a phenomenal growth in terms of IT. If you see last 20 years, India has become a one of exporter, and India government backbone was IT exports. So a lot of good part is India is credits is that a lot of engineers use education systems,
And I
and
think IT
that's
coding is now becoming, it's also a lot of students are, schools
right.
are making it compulsory. So,
Right. So India had education systems which giving a strong backbone to the industry. Second is the value chain, return and back is that so that cycle is so good and completed that we are generating really good skills. And another thing is language. I think our all education system has empowered so much that everybody speaks English, and it's become adaptable for international societies. so everybody able to speak and understand English most of the time and across the world. So that's a two advantage. And third is that I think because of these policies and other things has been adopted long ago, so it's like a really compete with international players, and we are really doing good in terms of IT, but till we have to be much more competitive. To there are some mathematical algorithm which has been defined by many other parts of the world like Europe. Some countries are doing really good. We need to be catch up. Like hardware designing and manufacturing, China is big, and they are really competitor of the world, one of the best competitor of the world. So we need to be look at catch up on those areas, otherwise IT is really doing good.
And
Yeah,
also, I think in terms of mobile phone users in India, by far we
yeah,
supersede the other countries.
that's right. Everybody's
China
yeah,
barring the population, but yeah.
right. That's true. That's true.
So, with that, I need to understand from you what's been your success mantra, and according to you, what's like the most important ingredient when it comes to success, specifically personally for you.
Okay. Um, it's a maybe very common to very individuals, every individuals, but only minor changes maybe here and there, because every entrepreneur do success because of certain different way he does. So my success is that I take risk, number one, and number two, I keep continue taking that risk. I don't divert it from that place. And third is that we need to look at the business model where we are really solving some problem. That could be a niche problem, that could be a bigger problem, that could be a smaller problem. You are solving some good problems which is really people are looking for, and it has to be cost effective, right? And it has to be value to the clients. So these are the four things success, but beyond that I think success is these are all peripherals of that, is that we had to have a good team and agile kind of a work environment. And my success, I think it's not credited to my alone, it goes to my team, because everybody has contributed. And that's I feel it's a one mantra. So it's a open office. You should enjoy your what you are doing.
So true. So you're like the risk taker.
Right, right.
You rightly said it's always our team who puts it all together. So it's always the people, the processes, and the products will really give us more of a a competitive edge, and of course the success that we're all looking for.
Right, right.
Now I'd like to understand from you in terms of your personal and your professional growth, your moments of triumph, including if you've received any awards, and what actually inspires you to do better in your professional life and even your personal life.
So, as I said, no, I believe on giving something to the society and what I learn. First of all, every day I'm learning. Even I go to office and some things my colleagues or my juniors or my seniors, anybody is talking something and which is catchy in terms of I never heard it or I never thought of it. I really love to learn that. I don't mind if it is my driver. If I don't mind if it is my cook or anybody's in the office or my senior director, advisor, whosoever it is. So that's my nick all the time. Second, I believe in terms of what I give in back. So what I learn, I try to emphasize how we are giving back in terms of as a training or in terms of as a process or as a procedures or do something different way. So in my organizations, what or in my personal life also, mm, I never write down something that I have to do exactly this process, but in my mind might have a checklist, small checklist. We
And
say
like
that
I say, the battles are actually won in the mind first and then later.
later, yes. So in my mind is there that okay, next 10 days I have to do these three things for my personal areas, and for if it is a corporate or officials, I do have a calendar, and we really maintain that calendar very rightly way, so that these are the tasks I have to complete it next 20 days or 30 days and that. So what I mean to say, I approach it's terms called balanced scorecard approach. So we define a goal for next 5 years. So like I have put a goal of financial goals, technological goals, and also the market goals, like what percentage of market share I have to achieve, how much value of money I should to go to a revenue, what kind of people I should have a size of my companies. So that is a goal, and I sit together with my team. So we find out these goals, we fix that, and it's drilled down to everyone.
Okay.
So that's the way I define success and continuous improving. And because of that, I think I did last 7 years or 6 years. We have one company, Suba, which I built. I should take that name in Africa. We able to grow so fast that in 6 years, from zero to we are $100 million plus companies. We grow from 5 people to more than 400 people plus.
Wow.
And I received European award, business award in Europe, in France, and then I received a UK Asian Business Person of the Year. Then Africa, I received a President Award from Ghana because we support their army for certain security areas as a free of cost to, I said, value added things to them, and also which is very important for their security concerns. So, and third, I think we received a Falcon Award in Africa for doing some innovative revenue monitoring solutions for government. So those are the four awards I have received last 4 5 years time.
So I guess you're just becoming synonymous with awards and rewards. I must say that I would like to congratulate on
Uh,
that. And
Thank you.
so these have, of course, somewhere these were your personal dreams which got transformed into your professional endeavors. And so thank you for sharing that journey with us. And now, in your conversation, you just said that now you're concentrating on India with the kind of potential that it actually holds. So, need to, if you could just highlight a particular ongoing project in India for us, and is it truly empowering the rural dwellers and the villagers here in India?
Right. I come. My background is my father was a farmer. We come from farmer family. We are a farming family. We still having a farmland, and we do cultivation over there. We grow paddy and some vegetables over there
I
in
think that is
Bengal.
where your passion to do something in agriculture and enable it more with IT and strengthen
Right.
it where
Right.
it is wrong.
No, I just last 1 year I was just looking at different conference and studying a lot of things in Europe and US, and I saw that how how important for them cultivation and farming, and people are so excited to do farming and over there, or some people, of course, but in India farming was looking in different way, and some now has been changed their mind that not farming is also a different kind of business, which is or business or which is directly connected to the society, and it should not be looked
We
at
could have
different
the
way.
state of art that we always talk about
Right,
also
absolutely.
be put into farming as well.
Right. If you look at Indian, 80% or 70% of GDP contribute from agricultures and other areas, agriculture and rural areas. So, and there is no much companies in focusing on enabling agricultures to different way. I know there are a lot of companies are coming up now doing that many last 3 4 years or more, but I never been focused on that area. So that's the reason I focused on agriculture area. So what is the agriculture area? Most common problems in India. One is that water. How you are utilizing the small part of waters across the land line which we have. How you are distributing that. I know a lot of governments, a lot of federal agencies are doing a lot of other activities to do that, but till even such places where there is a water, but people are not able to distribute the water entire land line properly. So distribution water is another problem. How you going to minimize the water usage and distribute it properly to grow your product or farm, whatever product you grow over there, and how to increase the yield of your products, how to increase the productivity of product. So productivity is also depends upon whether you are using pesticides in your land, if it is a food items or any other items, is a good food or good quality, bad quality, how you are going to minimize this pesticides, or you want to minimize the any other medicines you are going to use for that. So my vision is that I want to eliminate those things, and how we can grow uh, the whatever products we are growing in normal methods, and we can increase the yield. So I bring out a technology, we are working on those technologies
And which is why you have a lot of hydroponics, aquaponics, and a lot of other things now.
coming.
People are kind of
Yeah,
taking taking that into consideration, and are considering it.
right, right.
Perfect. Well, it was wonderful speaking to you, Biren. Uh, of when I was reading your profile, the number of companies that you have founded, co-founded, incepted, it feels amazing to talk to an entrepreneur like you. And every single day you're just going out, and you are there innovating all the time. You're there, kind of adapting to the change. Of course, there are a lot of youth out there, a lot of startups out there, a lot of entrepreneurs who are just getting started, who surely look up to you and someone like you as a role model. What would your message be for them? I mean, from your initial years to now,
Yeah,
what has been your challenge? How did you all kind of overcome? I know you're a risk taker, but anything in particular that you'd like to share with all of them?
right. I think I came across many young entrepreneurs in India and outside India, but many has come out last 5 years. I see many young entrepreneurs have been innovated in India. They are really doing well. They understand what they are doing. They know what exactly they are doing. There are a lot of success story you have seen in India. One thing I just want to say that don't look at that you are failure. Failure is a one step giving you an opportunity to learn and put that learning to another risk,
Correct.
and minimize that risk. That's one level. Second, please don't lose your temper. So just keep it, just keep patience, and you just wait for the results. If you focus, definitely it will come. It may take some times. Try again and again, it will come. The biggest example is Apple. Apple was initially failed multiple times, or even Tesla failed many times, but they came out. So we have to try in your vision, believe yourself what you are doing. That's I want to say. Third, nowadays every young entrepreneur feel that when he has the idea and they just started doing, they feel that my company valuation in multi-billion dollar. It's not like that. Don't do your value in terms of money. Look at what value propositions you are giving to the society or giving to the problem solving yourself. Just wait on that. Don't go for monitoring value quickly, like 2 years 3 years I want to earn this much and go like that. So that's these three things I want to talk to the young entrepreneur.
And then if you believe in your ideas, then go for it, isn't it? If you
Absolutely
believe in your dreams, then go for it.
right. That's always true.
Thank you, Viren. Thank you. It was wonderful chatting up with you. We at AsiaOne really feel honored to have you on board with us. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, your journeys, and of course, your success mantra with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice meeting you. Nice talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, right, friends, here a beautiful, wonderful success story coming in from Viren, and for all the entrepreneurs out there, a message for you: stay focused, believe in your ideas, and then, of course, there is never falling back. Go on, take it on. Thank you so much for joining us.